Hi folks, today I thought we'd take a little look at this Honda EX500 generator that I found at auction and I only paid £20 for it. Let's see if we can get it running. Right, well here we are then with this little Honda generator. I've not looked at it yet. This is the first time I've actually put it up on the workbench, so to speak, and we'll take a little look at it. But before I try and start it, there's a few things I want to check first of all, just to make sure that we're in a startable position. One of those is obviously make sure it's got some engine oil in it, and also that it's got some sort of fuel in it. So let's just have a little look at that. Right, well I can see right at the top there's a filler level there, and it's actually full up of whatever fuel is in it. Now I don't know how old that is. I'm not holding out much hope, and also I'm going to check the filler level, and the filler down here is here. Now this should be a little dipstick. I don't know, I've not actually taken this out yet. And oh yeah, there it is. And as you can see, there's plenty of fuel in, plenty of oil in it, although it's a little bit dirty, could do with changing. But the oil level is, you fill this up until it's just at the bottom of them threads there. So the dipstick obviously denotes that there's oil in there at that level, so we're okay there. So apparently it's quite easy to start these. All you're supposed to do is to put it in the on position and basically pull the cord. And it's got an auto choke mechanism on it, so technically speaking, if it's got fuel and it's got spark and we've got oil in it, it should start up. So let's give it a go. Right, so we're in the on position. And just take hold of the pull cord till we feel the resistance, and oh, there we go. There we go. Well, how about that? The oil light came on and went out. That's the power light to show that there's voltage to it. And looking at the indicator there, it's letting me know that we've actually got 50 Hertz power. There's a circuit breaker for the AC and DC. That's your AC power and also your DC 12 volt output. Around the side here you've got a rev increaser. If you're on if you've got lights where they might flicker, you can just raise the rev slightly like that. Well, that's fantastic. How about that? Right, so basically I'm just going to let it warm up for a minute because I'm going to check the air filter, and I'm also going to change the oil while I'm here. So I just want to do a little test run. Now this thing's rated at 400 watts continuous or 500 watts peak. So I'm just going to have a little look around here for something which I can plug into it, which is around 400 watts, just to see if it is working. Well, I've got this little belt sander. I'm just going to try this. Put that into the fast speed. How about that? Right, it should be warmed up now, so what I'll do is I'll switch it off, we'll have a look at the air filter and we'll drain the oil and put some new oil in it. Right, okay then, so I've got that there, that's a little jug. I'll just undo this again. And this takes 10W40 grade oil, so that's what I'll be putting in. I have got some of that. So if I just hang that over the edge of this table here and then basically tip it out. Very black this oil, so it will really benefit from an oil change. Right, okay. There we go. How much we got in there? Well, there's probably nearly 300 millilitres in there, so as I say, I'm not too sure exactly how much this takes. And I have actually got some 10W40 semi-synthetic which I can put in there. Just wipe the bottom of that. Clean the threads out, and I've got a little funnel. And I'll just pour some into this little cup here so that I can actually have a controlled flow and check it. Again, making sure this is on a flat surface. as flat as you can get it anyway, so as we can get a proper reading. Right, okay, I think that's enough. And it'll be running a lot more happier now with some new fresh oil in it. Yes, that's enough. I can see the level now, so I'm happy that that's enough on the dipstick now. Just screw that in. One final check. Yeah, we're fine. Okay, so we've changed the oil. That didn't take long, did it? Give that a wipe over. Just tighten it up by hand. Should be enough. And we'll just spin it round, because on the back here we've got the air filter. So we'll just get a flat bladed screwdriver. Again, this is just, call it a mini service, I suppose. Just making sure that all the serviceable items are actually okay. And that air filter is basically so old it's just disintegrating. Let me show you, which isn't a good thing. Look, if I pull that, look, put my finger behind it, look, it's a powder, look. So that's got to come out, otherwise you'll find that getting sucked into the carburettor, and as you can probably see there, look, it's literally just all breaking up. So we were quite lucky that it didn't actually suck into the carb and cause us some more problems there. So realistically, I really need a new piece of filter or foam to go in there. I'll just wipe that out, as I say, give that a good clean out, because we don't want any bits of the old filter going into the carburettor and blocking it up. So I'll just give that a good clean out. Now we'll just give this a blowout with the airline as well. Right, okay, that's nice and clean now. Right, so I'm going to have to order one of them, but for the moment all I'm going to do is, I've got this old Scotch-Brite pad, so I'm just going to actually make a small filter just to go in there for the moment, out of one of these Scotch-Brite pads. So there we go, like that, and across the bottom, something like there. Now again, this isn't a permanent fixture, this is literally just a quick fix, so to speak, just so that I can run it up and test it, just so that in case we need to use it in an emergency. Right, okay, there we go. So put that in there like that. Get the lid, push it back in, and screw it back up. As I say, this isn't a permanent thing. I will order the correct filter for this, so it just means that I can run it and give it a good test, sort of thing. Okay, so that's that. So that's that done temporarily, and I won't throw that away because I can use that still. Happy days. Let me put that over there. Right, also, just check the spark plug just to see the colour, just to see how it has been running in the past. So let's get me socket out and just take the spark plug out, and I will re-gap this as well while I'm here if it needs it. That's the wrong size. There didn't appear to be any running problems with it, but you never know, do you? In fact, the plug was actually loose. How about that? It's not even tight at all. So again, that's the reason why you do an overall check on these things when you buy something which someone else has possibly maintained. So I'm looking at that, and that colour of that spark plug, if you can see that, is a lovely light brown colour, although it's a bit worn and dirty, so I will give that a wire brushing down and re-gap it. But the actual colour of that is actually lovely, so it's not burning any oil, and also the mixture appears to be correct because it's a nice light brown in colour. So I'm just going to take a wire brush to this. Don't need much more than this. Give it a clean down. And as I say, I don't know how long this has been standing, because I got it from auction. It's an unknown quantity, but it looks like someone's filled it up with petrol. The petrol appears to be okay, so it may have been dry stored, and again, someone's filled it up to try and run it. Probably tried a couple of pulls and it didn't start, but that might be because the plug was out or loose or whatever, I don't know. But we've started it, as you can see, no problems whatsoever. I don't know if you saw all that come out of there. Old carbon. Because I always get the bristles and then stick them down in the actual gap between the spark plug and the electrode insulator. And then give it a good twist around. You'll be surprised the amount of junk that comes out of there. Look at that, look. So that's just another little tip for you there. On if you're cleaning spark plugs out, don't just wire brush the electrode. Get some of the wire brush fibres and stick them in the slot and then just give it a good wiggle. Now look, there we go. Right, so I'm just going to check the gap on this plug. Let's get my feeler gauges. And it should be around 1 mil. So let's find one that's 1 mil. Which basically means this gap's a little bit too small, so I'm just going to increase that size. Let's just opening up the electrode a little bit. Right, I think that's about right. So we'll put that back in. So realistically, servicing this little generator is quite a simple job. Don't over tighten these. There you go. Put the cap back on. There we go. Let's put that away. Right, okay, let's turn it back round again. Now we know it's in good health. So switch the power on and give it a pull start. Oil lights on. Just gone off. There we go. Nice little generator. Well, that was pretty simple and straightforward. Don't know yet whether I'm going to be keeping this one or selling it. I'll keep it for the moment because I have no reason to sell it at the moment, so it might come in handy for when I'm working on the vans out the front, or even maybe if I convert my van into a camper van. Could be a handy little thing to have in the actual transit van as well. There we go. That's our little auction find generator. It's a Honda EX500. Didn't know whether it was working or not, but oh, look who's just turned up. Come around here, baby. Did you hear it?
Yeah, I did actually. It sounded alright.
Come around here, baby. Get it away, dogs. Can I see if you can start it?
Wouldn't have to.
Well, that lever there goes into the up position.
Right.
And then just take the cut. Just listen. Take that like that. Just till you feel resistance and then sharp pull back. Okay? See what you can do. Find the resistance and then pull. Bit further, bit harder than that. Away. Come on. Go on. What, women always struggle with this sort of thing. Come on, baby. You're being watched now by thousands of people.
Mostly feeling sorry for me.
Let me have a go. Did you put that in the switch in the up position yet? Stand back. Go in there. It's a bit of a jerk. You need a bit of a jerk. Look. Yeah? I think women don't have that woof. What blokes do they? So that means that when we've got a power outage, you're going to rely on baby here, aren't you, baby?
I'll get Bison to pull it.
No, they don't know Bison.
Bison!
Bison, come in here. No, he's pooped on the bloody decking again, baby.
Bison! That ain't him. That's much too small for him.
The one I saw wasn't.
That one there I'm talking about.
Not that one around there.
Come here.
Come here, look. Oh, he's not the camera, look.
Oh, he's a darling. Come here. Sit down. Bison,
Sit down.
Sit.
He's a good boy, really, but He will keep popping on the blinking decking, wouldn't you? Hey, and on the patio. And with Barney. Look, Barney's all right. He knows, don't you, Barney?
Barney's the boss.
Barney's actually the boss here, believe it or not. And just like here, she's the boss.
Yeah, I wish.
All right then, baby. I'm going to go then. You made me a cup of tea, ain't you?
Yeah.
Right, well, I'll fix this generator now. I'm not going to paint it. I was going to repaint it. I don't think I'll bother with it. Are you happy with it looking like that?
You're not going to clean it?
I don't need it. I've just serviced it. It's got new oil in it.
Oh,
I've put a temporary air filter in there. We've checked and gapped the plug. It takes oil up to the level. I don't know the actual quantity of it, but as I say, you govern by the actual float level inside sort of thing. Or the level it is at the bottom of the fill hole. That's what the level is. And that's basically it. So we've serviced the car. It's got a full tank of petrol. We're ready to go.
Say your word.
See you later, baby. Right, I'm going now as well. As I say, I'm going to have my cup of tea. She just brought me a cup of tea in. And I might have a little tinker about it. I might go indoors and order this air filter. I think I'm going to do that now. So anyway, thanks very much. I'll see you again in the next video. And I hope you enjoyed this little one. But I'm probably going to hang on to this for a while. No reason to sell it. Not for £20. It's worth its weight in gold for me now. Because I've now got an external power source. If we lose power, which you do get power outages where we live, especially coming up to winter. And it's just a handy thing to have. Bye for now.